Good afternoon, guys. Well, as you can see in front of you, there's a nice big area of grassland. Now I'm here at my mate's place. When they arrived here a few years ago, this was only bush. And they've cleared this over the last couple of years into a hayfield to build up reserves against drought. Now, of course, they're not finished. There's still a lot of bush that needs to be taken care of, but at least it's a start. In 2018-19, there was a severe drought in this area of Namibia, and they almost lost everything due to the drought. All the cattle had to be sold, and they had to start all over again in 2020. And of course, you learn the hard way that you need to create reserve with a lot of hard work to survive a little bit better. Now that's not the best part. The best part is my mate's wife. She is a hobby gardener, and she's created quite a beautiful little oasis in the last 4 years. It's quite wonderful to drive in here after the grasslands and to be greeted into such lush greenery. Of course, all the plants here are not very water dependent and thus easy to grow in this harsh climate. Now, every day here, right through the year, is almost about 30 degrees Celsius and above. It's a dry climate, so very low humidity. Makes it quite difficult to grow anything else except true desert plants. Luckily they've got enough water to do a little bit more than that. But what a beautiful little oasis. Beautiful cactus garden all around you. And as I said, when they started here, there was absolutely nothing. They've built the shed by themselves, all the infrastructure, including the house. Absolutely wonderful in the afternoon to sit on the veranda, have a couple of ice cold beers, and enjoy the bird song, and of course all the animals on the homestead. Now the chickens here are not commercial, they're just a hobby, and it's wonderful to see them here enjoying a relatively free life. Of course, at the end of a dry season, his cattle need a bit of a boost, so he plants maize and some sorghum sudan to just help them over the last bit of a dry season. They of course need irrigation, as the rainfall is not quite enough to grow crops to maturity. Of course, he's got a bit of everything here on the farm. It's more like a zoo. He's got some ostrich here as well. As you can see over there. Now, ostrich are a true desert specialist. They don't need a lot of attention, they don't need a lot of care, and they survive quite easily out here. The young ones are very susceptible to climate and cold, but once they reach adulthood, they are quite capable of surviving a long time out here on their own. You can see the male's legs, there's a pink on them, which means they are on the breeding rut and they are looking for females, and they can get quite aggressive when approached at this time because of their testosterone levels are so high. And this guy loves the camera. He's quite curious and he's enjoying a bit of attention. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me just zoom in. Look at those feet. They've got 3 toes, and the middle toe has got a huge nail on it. And with those powerful legs, they can give you devastating blows, and there have been incidences where ostrich kill people. Of course, a lot of people don't know, ostriches are capable of roaring, mimicking lions. So if you didn't know there were ostriches here, you would think at night, when they start roaring, that there were lions around. But how beautiful is this? To see a little bit of greenery in an otherwise well-known desert, which does receive generally every year rain, sometimes less, sometimes more, but it's still a beautiful sight to see. Right, I'm going to move on and see what else I can find that is interesting.